happening, my fellow geeks on the internet? I'm TGun coming at you with another video. Now, I know I already uploaded a video last night, but I just love you guys so much and I thought I'd give you another video. So this is my TGun Verse DC Villains Part 1. So, if you don't know, I'm making DC minifigures based in my own, kind of designs, or otherwise known as the TGun Verse. So I've already made the Batfamily with another Nightwing. There's actually a playlist, link to the playlist below. So I'm going to be doing all the Batman villains except for some of the obscure ones like Kite Man, Condiment King. I'm not doing those, but basically the main villains that I like. And then I'm also going to move on to the Justice League and have a TGun Verse of the Justice League. Some of their villains, some of their own villains like General Zod and Reverse Flash, Zoom and whatnot. And then I will also move on to maybe the Teen Titans and then Young Justice and some other villains. So I'm going to be making the whole DC universe basically based on my own design. So yeah, I've already started on the Robins one, so I'm going to be doing each of the Robins because I already made like Red Hood and Nightwing and stuff. So I'm going to be making the Robins with Spoiler, Oracle, and some other ones as well. But yeah, so basically in this video we've got Joker, Harley Quinn, Two-Face, Mr. Freeze, Riddler, Penguin, Poison Ivy, Killer Croc, and Bane. But yeah, without any further ado, let's get into the showcase. So here we have the Joker, and I've actually had this guy made for 6 to 8 months now. So he's kind of an old figure, but I really like him still. He's still one of my favorite minifigures. But yeah, so basically I've customized this M4 gun for him by painting a little bit of purple on it, and I really like how it's turned out. For the figure himself, originally I did have another version. It was like a dark pink and orange suit with purple pants. Then after a while I was thinking, what if Joker had a grey suit? So then I made this suit. So yeah, basically going from the ground up, we've got some black shoes with some neutral grey pants. Then I got a purple undershirt, which is a button up. And then you've got a grey jacket as well with some simple suit designs, purple gloves, and then just the 2012 Joker face and just some green hair from the BBS. So this minifigure was really simple, but he's one of my favorites. So there are a couple of simple minifigures, well, I think most of them are pretty simple. And before I go, I better show you next to his arch nemesis Batman. So there we go. There's Batman. And then here he is next to his better half. So yeah, there's the Joker. So here we have Holley Quinn. Now this minifigure is also my own design, but it's got a little bit of inspirations from Arkham City and the Telltale version. So I'll get into that in a second. So I've basically armed her with this handgun. I'm not sure what it's called, but I had it lying around and I thought it would work. I didn't find Desert Eagle, but I thought this was pretty good for the time being. So for Harley Quinn, basically I gave her the short hair. This is just a Black Widow's hairpiece from Age of Ultron, which I've painted half of the bottom black, the other half red, and then a dark yellow for the blonde. I gave her this 2015-16 face. It's in the Bat Cycle set with Deadshot. Then for the torso, I used an aerial-like curved torso. I painted, the half red here, and then the black for the vest thing with some grey details. And then I added some straps, so that's kind of inspired from Arkham City. I gave her this black leather jacket, which was inspired by Telltale as well. And then I gave her some red gloves. For the belt, I gave her a red belt, which goes all the way around. And then there's also basically the continuation of the torso on the back, but I'm not going to take off the jacket. And then for the legs was kind of inspired by the classic Harley Quinn, so I got some black and then red with some black and red boots, just to finish off that. So, yeah, that's basically it for Harley Quinn. I really like how this has come out. So, yeah, let's just put the gun back in her hand. No, alright. The gun's not going to fit there, but yeah, that's it for Harley Quinn. Next up, we have the Riddler, and this was another really simple Riddler, but I love how it's turned out. I continued over this cane, which was inspired by the TheMoosefigs slings below. It's basically a Loki staff, a key, and a lightsaber hilt, and then I just painted it in a gold color. So I really like this design, so I really do have to give credit to the TheMoosefigs. I might go over and repaint some elements to something different, but for right now it's gold. So basically Riddler is really simple. It's got this brown widow's peak hairpiece, and I've given him the Leonard Hofstadter face from the Big Bang Theory, as I reckon the glasses look better than the mask. And then if I go ahead and turn the face around, he's also got this other serious face as well. So when Batman's kicking butt, then he's got this face as well. This started off as a white torso, which I then painted a purple tie. I then gave him this green jacket, which also continues on to the arms and everything. And there's also details on the back with a purple question mark, as you can see there. Not a lot of detail on the back, because I didn't think it was needed. The arms were flesh arms, which I painted on the sleeves, and I used electrical tape for the rolled up sleeve look. Gave him some purple hands. You can see the belt on the pants there, and the detail going around to the back of the jacket. And then just some Lego dark green legs, which I then painted the black boots. Like I said, another really simple minifigure, but I reckon it works out in the long run. So, and I really like how this minifigure looks. There we go. So next up we have Poison Ivy, and this was another, it's kind of a little bit of a complicated figure due to all the electrical tape elements. I do have a plant somewhere, but I don't have it with me, so I will show you that on Instagram, how are the plant piece. So I used a 2012 Poison Ivy hairpiece and head. I used another Aerolite curved torso, except this was a flesh torso. I used electrical tape to make this shirt thing, which I then painted in green to make it look like plants, and the way I cut it was to make it look like plants. I gave her this little skirt that goes all the way around. I gave her the red jacket, which was inspired by the Arkham games, and I painted the Arkham Asylum symbol on the back. Gave her some red arms, and then I just gave her basically the Lego Batman movie Robin legs, which I painted the red with green. And it's a really simple figure, but the electrical tape elements was kind of tricky to do as it kept mucking up and whatnot. But yeah, so there we go. So next up we have the Penguin, and this was kind of inspired by Arkham City, and I really like how it's turned out. So basically, starting off with the face, I used this Angry Clone Trooper face as I didn't have anything else. I painted it on the monocle, and I also painted on the black hair on the back, so I reckon it looks really good. The torso was originally a white torso, which I then sculpted on the front to give him like a bit of a belly, so he's actually fat. I then also gave him this black electrical tape jacket as well, and this is kind of inspired by Arkham City, like with the hair and the brown jacket underneath. I also gave him some white gloves, and then I also made some custom short legs so they can actually move. So you can see that there, which is just painted in black. So it's a really simple figure as well. He was really fun to make, especially sculpting, since I don't sculpt too much. And so here he is next to the Joker, just to get like a bit of a size comparison. There you go. Stop focusing on my arm, please. There we go. So yeah. And then of course, here he is next to Batman. So I need to get another umbrella piece, as I don't have an umbrella for him at the moment. So eventually he will have an umbrella, but I'm not going to give him a top hat, because I'm not a huge fan of him with a top hat. Next up we have Two-Face, and this was another really fun figure to make. It was kind of challenging, especially this burnt side of him, but I'll get to him that in a sec. So first we'll start off with his accessories. His coin here is made out of a rod piece, which I then cut up. I painted some black under there to make it look all burnt. And then I also gave him an M9 pistol, which I'll take that out of his hand now. So yeah, basically this started off as a Bruce Wayne head, which I then painted half of this, you know, all burnt up. I want to do purple, as it's something different, as people usually do grey or red or something like that, but I thought purple would be nice and different. So yeah, I really like how it's turned out. Originally this was going to be the Dark Knight Two-Face, but then I made it my own by adding the purple, and the pink was already there. The pink kind of represents like other bits of flesh showing or whatever. I painted the eye there yellow, as I reckon the yellow looks better for Two-Face, and then I've got the jaw showing there and a bit of skin showing as well. The suit was started out as a white torso, and I added all this suit detail on the Harvey side here, and then going around to the back and everything. And for this other side, I painted it all black originally. A picture will show up here now to show you what it originally was going to look like. And I decided to add all these purple bits and pieces just to make it look like it's burnt through the suit and parts of the flesh is showing, because that's the way I kind of like to have Harvey Dent. Then for the shoe at the bottom here was going to be black shoe, but then I basically added on some grey paint, and then I just disrupted the paint as it was drying with the toothpick, so scratching off parts of it to give it this burnt look, which looks really good. So it looks like this shoe's actually kind of burnt, and then there's also the burnt patches on the back. So I'm really happy with how this minifigure's turned out. It's probably one of my favorites, one of the most detailed as well, and I also gave him a purple hand as well, just to keep it all continuous as well. The minifigure for the showcase is Mr. Freeze. Now this was a simple kind of minifigure with the torso. This is also inspired by theMoosefigs, links below. So the torso armor was from Brick Arms, and I just painted it in this nice flat blue color, and I also added the light blue there just to show kind of ice elements. His weapon is one of these, I think it's grinder shotgun or something, which I then painted up with some blue, and then the blue on the end there to make it his ice gun, and I really like how it's turned out. The head was just the Lego Batman movie head, which I cut off the stud to be able to stick this dome over the top. I do want to change it out eventually, but this is what I have for the time being. I got a plain black torso underneath. I extended the arms and legs so he's taller than an average figure. So if I get Two-Face here, you can actually see he is pretty tall. The arms are extended, so if I actually go ahead and remove this so far so I can get a better look at the arms. There we are. So you can see I've painted the shoulders in this flat blue, and then I painted metallic grey on the middle there, and then this was kind of inspired by the Arkham City Mr. Freeze with the little thing there, like the light blue. Then I continued flat blue around, and I used this MooseFigs method for the glove tops here. And then I painted a flat blue belt, and then I just painted some details. The legs are also extended, and if I move the arms, you can see this light blue. So this is meant to be like the ice, whatever, just some other ice elements you can see, I guess. You kind of see it throughout Arkham City, so if you know what he has on his gauntlets there, like that he uses as like a computer, then you basically know what it is. So yeah, that's basically it for Mr. Freeze, and I also used electrical tape around the boots to help cover up the fact that they are extended. But yeah, I really like this color palette for him. Eventually I do want to get the Juniors Mr. Freeze. I really like that face, and then I'll do something else for the helmet. But for right now, this is Mr. Freeze. So here's our first big figure, and this one was really simple. It's basically the Lego Batman movie, Mr. Freeze. I haven't done too much to him. All I really did was paint over the pants and the vest, but there wasn't too much else I was going to do to him anyway, so this is what he looks like at the moment. So it's got a dark tan vest painted on there, and he's also got just some dark grey pants, but then everything else looks the same. So I may update him in the future and then have him in another later part, but for right now this is just what my Bane minifigure looks like, as I didn't really want to do too much. But let me know, give me suggestions on how I can upgrade this Bane Big Fig, so because I do want to use this Bane Big Fig. I really do like this big figure, so let me know what suggestions you have on how I can update him, whether it's a new Venom tank or, you know, adding Venom lines throughout him, like to look like the veins or whatever. Just let me know in the comments below, and I may use them, and I'll give you a shout out if I use your idea. So there we go. So here we have the Killer Croc Big Fig. So this is the last figure of the showcase. But yeah, anyway, what I did was I took the 2016, 2017 Big Figure Killer Croc. I think it's 2016 with the tank set. Like the Bat Tank set. So basically what I did was I took the Killer Croc Big Fig from that set from, I think, 2016. It's the one that had that horrible color. So what I did, I painted over in a dark green just to darken up the tone. So I thought this would be a better look. And then I just painted the chest and the top of the arms there is the dark tan color. And then the pants in a dark brown as well. So yeah, it was a pretty simple Big Fig. Now I'm probably going to fill in the arms here, as I haven't done that already, and then I may add a cord or something on there, maybe some scale patterns. But yeah, anyway, other than that, this is a pretty simple Big Fig. So yeah, let me know what you think below. Let's go ahead and wrap up. So anyway guys, there we have my custom Lego TGun Verse Villains Part 1. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and let me know which is your favourite in the comments below. Also, let me know any suggestions on how I can upgrade this Bane here. I really do like this Big Fig. I just didn't know what else to do to him other than repaint the vest and the pants. But if you have anything else, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, so basically I'm going to be doing more parts of these, as well as doing some other TGun Verse DC characters. Like I'm going to do a showcase just doing Robin. I'm also planning on doing in Justice League, so here's a quick glimpse of Superman so far. And then I'll do other Justice League members as well, and have Batman as a stand-in, because I really like this Batman figure. The next villains part, I'm thinking it's going to consist definitely of Deathstroke, Talia al Ghul, and Ra's al Ghul, and then I'm thinking maybe Hugo Strange, Firefly, and some others like that. So yeah, basically I'm planning on doing a lot of the villains, so stay tuned. There'll be multiple parts, so this isn't the final part. But yeah, Thanks for watching. Come like, subscribe, and share for more. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.